Content over everything.
So I go here.
Auntie.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm holding a meeting about the impact of the economy after C-19 came into existence. What triggered the panic in the economy is the discourse of Donald Trump last Wednesday night, when he said that because of this danger spreading much quicker than it was previously thought, he is going to bail out mega businesses and mega corporations, bailing them out on the assumption that it will keep the economy going. But the contradiction is that when there was the major recession of 2008, the so-called Great Recession of 2008, we in fact did not know how much money was injected in the economy. So because everything is kept secret and behind the scene, we cannot know, or Trump doesn't know at this moment, how much money would be enough money to save the economy from the panic of losing the job, of not having the possibility to pump up demand, because at the moment the only demand is food, tin food, because when a panic, psychological panic takes place,
Auntie.
the psychological panic is worse than the panic of the disease. And the fact is this, that capitalism, in order to survive, needs consumers, needs people buying things, buying commodities. But if people only buy food and don't spend any money, then the capitalist economy will collapse on a world scale. And whatever measure is taking is, he promised to inject 5.9 trillions into the economy. And where is that money going? It goes to the financial sector and to mega business, mega corporations. When the money is going to these two sectors, what's happened? People have savings, maybe bonds, treasuries, or fluctuating notes. These notes are under danger because the danger is this. When there is too much money thrown into these sectors, the interest rates collapse. And so the panic is that if you have treasury bonds or whatever savings, your interest rate will be close to zero. When interest rate is close to zero, people fear that there might be a sudden withdrawal of funds from the general population. So they become so powerful because they have the money, they become even more powerful, and they have the power to shut off banks and wipe up your savings. This is the problem. In China, this doesn't happen because the economy is not dependent on the financial sector. It's an economy, thank you very much, it's an economy based on investment, now mostly local nationwide investment. Now the epidemic in China has been proven to decrease, while is increasing in US, in the Western world, in the West, US, South Korea, Italy, Spain, even Norway now has shut the borders. Obviously, in a situation like that, tomorrow is a question mark. The problem of the question mark is also because this type of epidemic, called corona, which is the outer layer of the virus, has a protein structure that attracts, once it enters the body, attracts the cells of the body, attracts them because this protein is sensed by the cells of our body as being very useful. So it enters in such a way that takes a long time from the body to develop antibodies, and also the major problem is that the protein itself and the symptoms of the disease itself takes sometimes even 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Usually it manifests itself within 10 days. But just even if it manifests itself after only 5 days, can you imagine about the possibility of hundreds and hundreds of people being infected by their own relatives because nobody has a clue that one of their relatives has the disease, has the virus. So from the relative it spreads in the workplace, spreads to other relatives. So the real danger is because this disease doesn't manifest itself immediately within 2-3 days. It takes a long time to manifest itself. And obviously this has created panic and has created this financial chaos that, in my point of view, cannot be solved because we live in capitalist economies. Capitalist economy needs people buying things, people consuming. That is the driving force of capitalism. If people stop consuming and buying, then it's the end. The capitalist economy shuts down. And therefore, it's far better to have a socialist economy like China, whereby the economy is not totally dependent on consumption and on buying things, but is dependent mostly into providing a safety net for the general population. The economy must care for people in order for people not to become sick physically because of the virus, mentally because of the panic of a collapsing economy. When an economy provides for people, the dynamism of the economy is maintained because the government invests in sectors that are the majority of sectors that benefit the general population. And all I can say, China has taken drastic measures that we did not know about it. Even before this virus was known, because it started, it seems, in November last year, but it took drastic sectors using the military, shutting down entire buildings. And it seems a very horrible way of tackling the problem. But it must be done, otherwise this virus can kill the majority of the world population, can become really hard thing to fight anymore and really wipe off the entire population of the world. No, thank you, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you very much for listening, and please comment, put a like or dislike, whatever, and this discourse on the coronavirus must carry on, and we must be informed and use this method of isolation that has worked in China, because now the virus is decreasing and is under control. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much. And I'm done. I'm done. Thank you.
ContentCOE everything.
From your belly. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen.
COE.
Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't listen to ITV. I just listen to COE. I don't listen to BBC. I don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky. Man, listen to COE.
And the other disease, these are all diseases of the mind. The other disease is antisocial disease, to be against everybody else. What do you think about it?
Sorry, Bobby, I'm lying.
Because of the hoarding thing. I agree with what you said before. I just don't understand. One, the panic culture.
Yeah.
And that level of fear. But two, the kind of irrationality that comes with just hoarding that much at the expense of others. You know what I'm saying? It's incorrect. And it suggests to me that there should be some kind of
like I'm sharing the space with my egg with a phantom. Make me want to throw lead in my magnum.
to make sure that kind of thing can't take place.